Hi guys, and welcome to Seriology, a weekly conversation amongst friends regarding what's currently on the small and sometimes big screen and what might have trended in the past, with me, Lady Alexa, a self-proclaimed TV addict, dreamer, and sucker for romantic shows, and my charismatic, yet sarcastic, co-host Rich the Hot Broccoli, also a TV addict, cat lover, and monster sculptor. Hello, and welcome back, SeriLovers. Happy Friendsgiving!
It is Thanksgiving week.
Could you believe that we're about to end the year?
It was just New Year's.
I'm busy
like 3 weeks
turkeys.
ago.
This is crazy. SeriLovers, because today's a very special episode. It's Friendsgiving, so we're going to be talking Friends, the TV show Friends. So I invited one of my favorite persons in this whole world, one of my best friends, my brother from another mother, Felo, all the way from the Lone Star State.
Felo, welcome to the show.
Thank you, guys. It's a pleasure and an honor. Been listening to you for a while and been wanting to be a part of LA and Rich's magic over here. So
Thanks.
Looking
Thank
forward
you.
to it.
You're our fan.
Yeah, you're a third fan. We have
You're
three
our fan.
fans.
We have two moms and you.
Yeah, I'm a big fan, mostly just because I like to hear myself talk, so I always envision myself being part of it, you know?
You got a solid voice for podcasting. You should think about doing it yourself.
Rich is in love with your
quick
voice.
brown fox.
Well, how was your week, guys?
Actually, it was I had a pretty good week. It's been cool here.
Yes.
Down in sunny South Florida.
Finally.
It's been nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing super special. Philo?
So
yours?
I woke up on Sunday to minus 20 or to like 29-degree weather, and it's 80 today. So classic Texas scenario.
That's crazy. LA?
Well, on my end, I went back to exercising. I'm back on SoulCycle, which is like
Nice.
a big thing.
Nice. Congrats.
I
Get
almost
your
died
mind right,
today.
get your body right.
I almost died today. I mean, Allison kicked all of our asses.
Who's
But
Allison?
she's a trainer.
Oh, okay. Just random name. Then I spoke to Bill.
Yeah, you're not familiar with Allison? We all know. Allison lives inside of all of us.
Oh, wait, just got the Facebook friend. Never mind, I know her.
Also, Rich, I saw you today, which is a
Yes,
big
I know.
thing.
Did you post it?
No, I haven't
post
posted it yet. I'll
Come
post
on,
it,
man. Get
SeriLovers.
that social media presence right. Come on.
No, the thing is that we've never had a picture in our social media of the two of us together, and today I was able to like grab Rich and be like, okay, selfie for our social media.
I feel like
So
at
you can
this
see what we
point,
look like together.
I feel like at this point, you guys just got to keep it rolling. Like, who knows? You could be Brad Pitt and Angelina. Like, no one knows who this is. We're just audio technology these days. We can do things with voices. Don't even think about it. This is totally
What
plausible.
would be our Brangelina name?
Sure.
La Rich.
La Rockley.
Oh God. Oh God.
And we're done here.
Yeah. The hot La Rockley.
Oh God, I can see Us Weekly really running with that one.
Yeah, no, it just
The
rolls out of
TMZ
your
episode
mouth.
writes itself.
Rolls out of
It's
your
got a
mouth.
Spanish flair to it.
Oh God. Yes, of course. Spanish flair.
All right, let's jump into the show, guys.
All right.
Basically, SeriLovers, what we're discussing is not just the show of Friends, but how it has impacted now 2-3 generations.
Yeah.
Like I
5
was
years.
around when it came out. It was a huge thing for me and my friends every Thursday night. You guys have watched it in syndication and on probably Netflix or streaming media.
Rich, how old were you when it came out?
Oh, I was already 36.
I
Wait,
gotta
what?
I was actually in college. I was in college when it came out.
say, yeah, I feel like the relatability. This episode is going to be a real wild ride because the relatability is. So you were 36. You were primetime viewing
He was
audience.
No, I was
Not 30.
18, 19.
Whatever.
18.
It's like,
Yeah.
point is, you were
Close enough.
definitely primetime viewing audience. I was 5 when the show
Yeah.
started. 1994.
No.
5. Yeah.
Wait a second. It came out in 94, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I was 5.
94 to 04.
So you're 1 year older than me?
Yeah, you doofus.
I thought you were 2 years older than me.
Does it matter?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. Hey, this story that Felipe's launching into, you know what it needs? A real detailed explanation of birthdays and timelines. The SeriLovers gotta know what the timeline is. But
Of course. It's very important.
The majority of my friends' oeuvre, let's call it, stems from the Friends trivia game, which my brother and my sister forced me to play like nonstop from when I was like 6 to like 12. So I'm real deep into like just minute trivia, but I had never seen the show in its entirety until I was invited to do the podcast, and I binged it this past week.
The whole thing.
The whole thing. 10 seasons. All I'm going to say is no human should do this. I'm going to save you a lot of time. It's a good show. I'm not knocking the show, but like, wow, that's just too much Chandler. I feel very sarcastic. I feel very witty about things.
Oh God, don't talk bad about Chandler, okay? He's like that whole relationship between Monica and Chandler was my favorite relationship. I didn't think the Rose and Rachel relationship was my favorite.
Yeah, that just dragged on too long.
I was obsessed with Monica and Chandler.
I also feel like people have a threshold for how many times it can be on and off again. Like,
they were on a break, Felo. They were on a break.
Like, but seriously, like the Monica and Chandler one works out great. I still stand by this to this day. Phoebe and Joey should have been a thing. I don't care. It should have happened.
You know, I would have never noticed. I never noticed that.
I wanted that. I wanted that to happen.
A connection to that.
I mean,
the Rachel Joey thing was a weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
didn't
a
even
weird
fit.
one.
I didn't even feel like it fit.
I think that's why it lasted. It didn't last that long, to be honest, because they tried to do it and then they were like, I feel like they try to get a serious relationship out of Joey, because that was the only serious relationship he had on the show.
True. I never thought of it like that either.
But
he had several. He had like a couple of recurring arcs, didn't he? Yeah, he had a couple of people for like, you know.
He had arcs, but not like a serious, like not a Richard, for example. Monica had Richard for a full-on season. I mean, Magnum PI. What's his name?
Magnum PI. Yeah.
I was just thinking about like all the cameos, and
he's
in Magnum PI, Blue Bloods, the world's greatest mustache, and I don't care what anybody thinks, that's a fact.
No, I think he's won contests year after year for the best mustache.
He is. My mom loves him. My mom is like, she has the biggest crush on him.
Right now, we're enacting one of my
Tom
favorite...
Tom Selleck.
There we go. I was about to say, we're enacting one of my favorite things about podcasts, which is it's the closest human beings can feel to being a ghost. Because out there right now, there's a SeriLover listening, yelling at us. It's Tom Selleck!
Yeah.
You doofus! Yeah. I mean...
They're like, you're on the computer. Look it up.
Yeah, it's
Look
almost...
at all the recurring...
There's $1 million worth of technology in front of you. Use it, asshole.
Well, I mean, it's crazy because the show is also like replete with really quality cameos.
Oh
like,
my God! It was, the thing is that it was the show to be at that time.
Oh,
so
yeah.
You had Reese Witherspoon, you had Brad Pitt, you had Paul Rudd, you had
Jon Favreau,
yeah.
Billy Crystal and Robin Williams are in one.
Yeah, no. It's insane the amount of people that, I mean, these are guys that were making millions of dollars per episode.
It was a show everyone, no matter where you were at, when it came on Thursday night, you went home to watch it.
I would argue that it was aside from Seinfeld, I can't remember another 90s sitcom. I'm sure there are plenty of good ones. Third Rock from the Sun was...
Third Rock from the Sun.
Or was that 2000s already? I don't know.
No, Third Rock from the Sun is 90s.
Either way, like, Friends was genre defining for all of the 90s. It's like what people think of when they think of a sitcom in the 90s, that or Seinfeld, which is, by the way, totally the better show.
I would disagree. It kind of got Seinfeld got a little samey.
So here's the thing. How good of a show it is that Netflix is suffering for the fact that Friends is leaving Netflix, and it's still one of the most viewed shows on Netflix.
Is Disney Plus stealing that?
No, NBC's
no,
yet
not
to be
NBC.
named Peacock
HBO Max.
Oh yeah, no, sorry. NBC is doing
The
The Office.
Office is going to Peacock.
Which, by the way, I'm coming back for that episode whenever that happens.
Whenever Anna watches the whole show.
Yeah.
No, I think we need to do an Office episode just for Felo because he's been behind me for I don't know how many years to watch this show.
Yeah, I've watched probably about 6 episodes.
It's untenable. You guys are untenable.
I understand how good it is. I just can't get myself to sit down and watch it.
All right. But this is not about The Office. This is not about The Office.
True. Bring it back. But, so again, I mean, Joey didn't have... Going back to Joey didn't have a serious relationship on Friends. Like, and I say he had arcs, but not a definite arc the way Tom Selleck had. Tom Selleck was there for, I don't know, a season? And then he came back when Chandler proposed for that whole thing because he was, other than Chandler, the only other serious relationship that Monica had.
Well, and I think a lot of that stems from, I think Joey and Phoebe were supposed to be like backup characters, that they weren't supposed to be part of like the main Friends group. They were just supposed to be like recurring characters. Really? So I think that's why they get like short shrift. Obviously that changed very early on in the show, but like
quickly. Yeah,
legitimately they were supposed to be, or at least this is my understanding of it. I mean, I'm sure there's someone that's like a Friends super fan that can actually correct us on this, but there's definitely like a gut feeling I get that they were supposed to be secondary characters. Maybe I'm just insane. Maybe it's someone's like, what the hell is he talking about?
Yeah, I thought it was just the 6 of them from the get-go.
I mean, I love that they always had that play between them, that their friendship was closer than with anybody else. They had nicknames among them, like the whole trying out Big Daddy that Phoebe had to call him, was trying to see if the Big Daddy nickname for Joey will stick, or that Joey was the backup for Phoebe. So if they were going to reach 40 years old and they were still single, they were going to get married. So they always had that close relationship that they didn't have with either of the other characters.
Didn't they have the meat thing, too, when she was pregnant?
The meat thing?
The meat thing.
Phoebe was pregnant and...
No, she had the triplets.
But Joey gave up eating meat.
Oh, I don't remember that.
I literally binged this show like a...
You watched it like 3 days ago. How are you not remembering this?
In my defense...
It was like the London part.
In my defense... Like I'm terrible with names and faces to begin with, so like half of retaining information on a short term for me is difficult. So retaining meat eating related factoids about the biggest meat eater.
It was more bringing like the closeness that they had.
Yeah. Getting at. For sure. I feel like it's also because they weren't the only two of the 2/3 of the Friends group ended up together. Right?
Yeah.
Whereas, if you're, I'm sure everybody can relate to having gone on like a third wheel date, that they just feel like, okay, well, we're here too. So what are we talking about? Like, I feel like that's how that friendship evolved. Is like, well, Monica and Chandler are doing their thing, Ross and Rachel are doing their thing. So let's just we'll be the kooky insane pair over here.
Well,
and this was Jim Burrows' show.
Yes.
And he is known for these defining characters of such completely different personalities to interact.
Yeah, he knows how to weave characters in. And what I love, because you have, their personalities are so amazing. You have Rachel, which is your typical popular girl who has rich popular girl who has had everything she wants in life, but then she realizes that something is missing, so she runs away and she doesn't get married, and that's where her story arc begins. You have Monica, the fat girl who lost all the weight and is very OCD.
Loved those
flashbacks. The throwbacks.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the alternate universe episodes are just
phenomenal. Oh, that was so good.
Very OCD. Everything needs to be in a certain way. Then you have Phoebe, who's the quirky character who had what the fuck childhood, because that's the only way that you can say that.
You're going over the characters that everybody already knows.
I didn't want to be the one to say it.
I'm gonna punch the two of you.
I'm just saying, everybody's watched the show. They know what the characters
I know,
are
but
like.
I'm just trying to say, like, it was so... their personalities were so, like, particular and so different.
So I feel like they definitely nailed the archetypes. I'm with you on that. But I feel like they do a lot better job of kind of compartmentalizing, like, the archetypes with the female characters than they do with the male characters. Because, like, with the three girls, you can point to kind of like, okay, quirky, orderly, airheaded, right? And then with the dudes, it's kind of the same. But then, I don't know, Ross to me is kind of like a lost character, because sometimes he's the really smart one, sometimes he's an absolute dolt, sometimes he's like...
the nerd. He's the nerd.
But isn't that, that absent-mindedness or
it's nerd.
like hard with social cues?
Yeah, nerdiness.
Isn't that usually, a quality of that?
Then you have Joey, who's the womanizer, but dumb.
He's like the dumb jock character.
Yeah, and then my personal favorite character, Chandler.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's mine too.
Yeah, no, Chandler, from the guys, Chandler is my favorite. Again, my favorite relationship in this whole show was Monica and Chandler. Like, my favorite seasons are from when they hook up in London onwards. Those are my favorite seasons.
Okay, so I was around when this was out. I know I keep saying that. I'm old. But, like, it was
let's keep pointing. How old were you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anna, quick aside. Psh, psh, psh. Lean into the microphone so he can't hear us. Hey, I think Richie's
I can
old.
barely hear you anyways because I have old ears. Okay, so... it was such a cultural phenomenon. Like, people, I think I've said this the last 2 episodes, people got the Rachel haircut each season. It influenced how we decorated our apartments. I mean, we all started going to coffee shops.
Pottery Barn has a whole Friends collection, and they brought back the apothecary table, the famous apothecary. They have it, and it's like $1,000.
For your friend's table.
I would be super curious to see. There has to be some data scientist plotting this out, where they show like the rise of Starbucks in conjunction with the rise of Friends. There has to be something.
Probably is. I mean, everybody started going to coffee. Nobody knew what a coffee shop was before. It was Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh yeah.
And all of a sudden, all these artisan coffee shops popped up everywhere.
Not gonna lie, my dream, and this is so dumb, since I moved to the States, was like chilling at a coffee house with friends.
What a bizarre dream to have.
Not gonna lie.
You can shoot higher, you know that, right?
I am gonna punch
humble.
you.
So simple. Love it.
I know, and look, that was my dream, and my friend from college here, nothing. Nothing.
Yeah, because you know what I really enjoy drinking in Miami? Hot coffee.
You could have drunk a cold thing.
Like, how many people went to New York and were disappointed that Central Perk didn't exist?
Oh, I bet a few.
Like, so many.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, how many residents got the question, where is Central Perk? Please give me directions to there.
I was about to say,
they're like, it's not existing.
As a New Yorker, how annoyed are you every time that a tourist in the 90s shows up and be like, excuse me, do you guys know where Central
Perk is?
Yes. I can't find it on this map.
And it's such a great name also, Central Perk. Like, such a great name for a place to... And it's the same with How I Met Your Mother, McLaren's. The bar where they always hang out.
That one's just going right over old Pipe's head.
Wait. You haven't seen How I Met Your Mother?
I've seen like
Why
6...
is McLaren's a good name?
Yeah, exactly. Let's focus on what's important. Why is McLaren's as good as Central Perk?
I don't know. It's fun, and everybody remembers it. Everybody that watched the show.
It's just a fun word, but like Central Perk, like fit Central Park and New York. McLaren's is just a
perking
Irish
perking
name
up because of coffee. And then McLaren's is like saying, "Oh, you know what my favorite show is?
SeriLovers. This is 2 guys against 1. I need another person to help me here, please."
You know what's such an iconic name? It's just Patty's Pub from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Patty's, and then it's a pub, so you know it's a pub.
I am gonna punch you. I swear to you. I feel like on every episode, I'm always telling somebody on the podcast, I'm gonna punch them.
Well, you kind of set yourself up a lot.
Thank you. So that's my personality on this podcast, the airhead.
Yeah, you're the setup for the rest of the jokes.
I was going to say, Anna, the one unifying factor here is you, isn't it?
I love you too, Felo. But yeah, no, going back to Central Park, it was such an incredible name, and even the couch. I mean,
the setting was incredible for
I love
most of the show.
When Monica and Chandler get married, and Ross is looking for Chandler because Chandler ran out, and he goes to Central Park, and his parents are there, and they're like, "You always talk about this place, so we just wanted to come and see what it was."
So going back to my main exposure to Friends for the vast majority of my life, the Friends trivia game. Did you know that couch was fished out of the Warner Brothers lot basement? They literally just went to the basement on the first day of filming. They're like, "We forgot to get a couch. What do you have?" And they literally pulled it out of the Warner Brothers lot's basement.
It's iconic.
Yeah.
Fun facts with Felo.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh my god, that should be like a new segment on the show. Fun fact for Felo, with Felo, for all of his friends because of
we
all
just
of
have him
trivia.
record a little snippet,
and
then I'll edit it in.
You just give me the show in advance, and I'll just do some light Googling on it. Just like the first Wikipedia result. Fun fact with Felo: did you know that Friends is about 6 people?
But guys, going back to the show, how do you think how did the show affect your life personally? Because I think that we are 3 different personalities here. For Felo, it was with your siblings. Rich, you lived it, and with me, it was through my parents. So, how did the show affected you personally?
Like while it was on, or like has it changed me as a person?
While it was on.
Okay.
Actually, yeah. Let's say both, as a person and when it was on.
Well, it was the first time I started feeling comfortable with my sense of humor.
Okay.
So I learned a lot of timing.
Oh, really?
Through watching, yes, yeah, the way Chandler delivers jokes.
Okay.
It was perfect for me to study for timing.
Look at that.
Yeah.
You became you thanks to Friends.
I became more social and a little more bolder.
You were less bolder?
I was very shy as a kid.
I do not see that. But
okay.
I know. Having known you for approximately all of 30 minutes.
Actually, it's 22 minutes right now.
22 minutes? I'd say
22 minutes.
Almost. Having known you personally, I would not have pegged that.
Yeah, I was, growing up, I was anxiety shy. When I went to college is when I decided to change myself.
Well, that happened to me as well, so I'm still shy, though. But, Felo, now, how did the show affect your life?
I can
over
point
the last
to something
week.
Very, very well, over the last week, yeah, but actually when it was still going on, like, again, my brother and my sister loved watching this, and basically we had literally like a 20-foot tall, like a 2-story tall antenna in my house in Venezuela, and we used to like get pirate American TV, American satellite TV. And
we had the same at my grandmother's
not
house.
pirate, sorry, totally legitimate, We're cutting this out. We're cutting it out. Cut it out, Rich. But yeah, anyways, we used to get like TV feeds, and I mean, my mom was an English teacher, and like she taught us English, but like, I mean, the reason I have 0 accent is because 90% of my vocabulary was learned through watching Friends with my brother and my sister, and watching ER, and watching like Rocko's Modern Life and like 90s cartoons and that type of stuff. Like the reason why I have insert generic East Coast accent here.
We also moved here very young, so that helped as well.
I'm sorry, people get their accents very young too, and like you don't get it. Like I moved to South Florida, which is, let's be honest here, not really moving to the United States. It's as close as you can get. Yeah,
that's just moving right back into Spanish places.
It's as close as you can get to the United States and South America. And B, I moved when I was 13, so it's not like, you know, I was young for sure. Like, I've spent more than half of my life in the U.S., but like, I would have already had a very Spanish boy accent by then. I could have been talking like this. This is my genetic. Oh, yes. Oh, señorita.
So your voice wouldn't have developed.
Yeah.
It would have just stayed high pitched.
Yes, exactly.
Basically, Friends affected your
my biology.
Vocal. Your
He's got a deeper voice thanks to Friends and American TV.
Yeah. Friends affected your phonetic.
Yes.
That is amazing. Look at that. Fun facts.
L.A., why don't you tell us how Friends affected you?
You know,
we know, like, SeriLovers know it's your favorite show.
It's right there. Yeah, it's one of those shows that I know it's always there, and that I can go back and I've seen that episode 20 times, and those 20 times I'm gonna laugh as if it's the first time I'm watching it. And I remember my parents, my dad especially, watching the show when I was younger and talking about it, but he didn't want me to watch it because I was very young. I mean, I was 4 when this show came out. But then my cousin Drew, SeriLovers, you already know Drew, he would put it when he was back home during breaks, and he started talking to me about it, and he was the one who actually introduced me to Friends, and I got very into the show, and it has become, I want to say 8.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
That's a very adult-themed show for an 8-year-old.
I was about to say, man.
Your parents are terrible.
Felo, you were watching it at 5, so shut up.
I'm sorry, I was not. Did you not even listen to my whole spiel? I wasn't watching it at 5. I was playing the trivia game when I was 5. And I started watching.
How much older are your siblings?
So my sister is about 10 years older than me. My brother's about 5 years older than me.
Okay, so that makes sense.
Yeah. They were definitely. I'm millennial, but I trend Gen X just by virtue of all my cultural references. We're 5 years behind the U.S.'s cultural references by virtue of growing up in the third world and also being the
Venezuela
youngest.
was not the third world when you were living there.
Tell yourself whatever sweet little lies you want to hear, eh?
God, does everybody I know grow up in Venezuela all of a sudden?
Everybody that comes in this show has something related to Venezuela.
Like, I almost feel Venezuelan
Oye, Rich,
because
chamo,
of
¿qué
the
quieres
show
en tu
now.
arepa? ¿Qué quieres en tu arepa?
Rich or
That sounded
Venezuelan
like
by...
a food. That sounded yummy.
You're Venezuelan by association.
Yeah, I was about to say.
But yeah, no, I think that it helped me in a way start seeing a different culture. I was very shy. I'm still very shy, but at the same time I saw that, oh my god, these are things that can, I can be open with my friends. I was not open. When I was younger, the way that my family describes me is that I was always hiding on my mom's skirts. That's how my family describes me. So I feel like this show kind of pushed me towards having, relating more towards my friend. I don't know if that makes
when
any
you
sense.
guys were watching it in Venezuela, I mean, it is a strange persona of America.
Oh, yeah.
Were you guys disappointed when you actually came to America and it wasn't Friends New York?
I'm gonna say something though. Until this day, I still shit that happens, and I'm still like, oh my god, just like in the movies. The first time that I had Chinese in Alabama that came in the little white box, I almost had I almost started taking pictures.
And that's the
of
normal way to get Chinese food.
Not in
Venezuela, you get it in a Ziploc bag.
In Venezuela, you get literally a Tupperware. I'm not kidding you. In Venezuela, you get a Tupperware for Chinese food.
Not to be too on the nose here, you actually get it in an oil drum. It just brings a giant oil drum. They roll it into your house. We're lousy with them, so they just bring them out.
So
no, but yeah, I think...
And that's how they smuggle Venezuelans into the country, is through those Chinese food drums.
Yeah. I actually think, so, it is a weird projection of what the United States was in the 90s and early 2000s. But I moved to the States and the show was still running. I think it ended in 2004, so I was in the States the final 2 years. And it wasn't disappointing to me, mostly because I came over when everybody was still watching it, right? So all my friends' cultural references were that. So I never felt so much like, oh wow, this is so different. I mean, obviously, there's no way they could afford those apartments in New York, even in the 90s.
Yeah, they're always the biggest.
Yeah, I feel like it's cliche at this point talking about that, but like
I love that
I mean,
nowadays, every time they interview them, they are like, dude, come on, you couldn't afford those apartments. And now they came up with a whole story that Monica, her apartment was her grandmother, so it was
that was the
given
story
to
in the
her
show, though.
by her.
I thought that was a story in the show.
They never said what whose apartments like were those.
well, I also really appreciate that the show's dynamic with like the apartments, right? You have Joey and Chandler in one, Monica and Rachel in the other, and then like Ross and Phoebe. I mean, obviously you do get to see their apartments at some point, but like it's like who cares? They have the crappy apartments. So let's not go back and look.
No, actually, Ross ended up moving to the naked guy apartment.
Yeah, fat ugly naked guy's
Did
apartment.
they show his apartment beforehand?
Yes,
they
it
did,
was like a crappy apartment.
Yeah.
And then he moves into the
remember.
fat naked guy, and it was actually pretty cool. And he could see right in. Well, that's how he finds out that Monica and Chandler are together. He sees them making sweet love in front of the
God,
window.
don't ever say that again on this podcast. Ugh.
Like, I think you guys just lost like a third of the subscriber base.
Yeah. Check the Twitter. I think we lost our fan.
Yeah, our fan, literally.
Hey guys, please tweet at
follow us.
SeriLovers TV. Anna, never say that again. All caps, please. All caps.
Ugh, that felt moist and gooey.
Oh, God, moist.
God. Ugh.
You had to say that word, moist.
Yeah, I don't know what it is with people in that. I like that word. It's a fun
Felo,
word.
how many drinks are you having? Because I've seen like 3 different cans.
There's water, and then there's bubbly water.
No, but you had another one. You had like an with like Venezuelan colors, by the way. Yeah, that.
That was beer. I'm a
my
multi-beverage
God.
kind of guy. You know what really is great for podcast, for an audio-only medium? Let's comment on
drunk
things
guest.
that are happening in the Google
Yeah.
Hangouts.
Well, SeriLovers, Felo has been drinking like 3 different things. And
I'm a
he keeps
multi-beverage
popping
kinda
up
guy.
things.
I like my beverages,
Guys,
damn it.
guys, we got a show. We got a show.
Okay,
You
Yeah.
want to come back over?
Yes.
You wanna come back over?
Thank you, Rich. Find the Zen.
Thank you. I'm over here, guys. There's a
Apartments.
show.
So, all said and done, do you guys consider yourself a Friends fan, a Friends fanatic?
I wouldn't say a fanatic. I was a fan when the show came out. I watched it a lot in Syndicate. I have this weird thing when a show hits, it's been 10 years off the air. Mm-hmm. That like at that 10-year mark, I can't go back and watch the show anymore.
Ooh.
Oh my God, really?
And it's happened to me with Seinfeld and Night Court and Cheers and Scrubs.
One of these is not like the other one. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I would consider myself a fan at all. But my standard bearer for fandom is freaking ridiculously high. So like, I do think that I'm pretty well familiarized with the show. I just binged the show, and I feel like to some degree you have to kind of like a show in order to be able to binge 10 seasons in like 5 days.
I'm so proud of you.
Did you even go to work? Change your clothes?
He did the same thing that I did with Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I literally, so watching the show to me is, I have a 3-screen setup for my computer, and basically it's running on the smallest screen while I'm doing other things. So granted,
Gotcha.
maybe they did talk about Joey's meat eating habits, and I was just, sending an email at the time. If I have any sandwich related emails, I'll let you know after the show. But yeah, like I think I really enjoy the show in retrospect, and I definitely have some degree of nostalgia. But for me, it's more like, I don't know. It caught me before I was still big in Simpsons, in my Simpsons phase while Friends was going on, right? So like, I feel like I missed the wave, right? I don't know that I'd call myself a Friends fan.
On my end, I consider myself not a fanatic, just a fan that I enjoy the show. I see the show. I watch the show whenever I feel down, whenever I'm, I have nothing else to watch in the show. I go and watch it. When it ran, I liked it because it was like the cultural references if you didn't know what people were talking about. You needed to be, talking with other people, to be in the conversation. You needed to know what pivot meant. You needed to know what smelly cat was. So it was one of those things that you needed to be part of that.
I will say this, going back to how this show impacted me, the only 2 relationships that I've ever been in love with someone, I ended up calling that person my lobster, and it was entirely because of this show. I love that phrasing. I love calling someone...
That was such a good...
Yeah.
I don't remember the lobster reference.
Phoebe talks to Ross about him and Rachel and that they're lobsters, and lobsters mate for life.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's what she would call you, like, you guys are lobsters, and she'd do that kind of quirky, fun hand thing when she talks.
And it's like really, the way it's delivered in the show is legitimately one of those like super sweet aw moments in like sitcom. It's like a classic aw moment.
Aww. But yeah, no, I love the show. I don't think and the reason why I don't see myself as a fanatic is because I actually have a cousin who literally knows the dialogue for every single episode.
He's the one that has the Friends action figures, right?
I think maybe.
Friends
I swear to you, he has the DVDs.
I don't know.
He has the DVD box of the whole series. Like, this guy, I think the only English he knows.
You're still thinking about Friends action figures, aren't you?
I'm just thinking about the packaging for the Ross action figure with a gigantic splash graphic in the corner. Now with 50% more chicken shit horrible person action.
And a little dinosaur.
Oh, he's got to come with a Marcel. Marcel's included.
Oh, I forgot about that. How many people you think bought monkeys after watching that show?
Oh God, a lot. I can tell you, a lot.
It's got to be at least 7.
Oh, yeah. No, I feel like there's like a whole cluster of people that moved to New York with pet monkeys in tow, being like, I'm going to fit in, guys.
I'm Ross.
Yeah.
Look, I shop at the Gap.
Ross always had that one thing that was, what are you doing?
Like the organ or the keyboard and
Oh God.
the karate.
Wait a second. On
The holiday armadillo.
One of their Thanksgiving episodes. Well, I feel like all the Thanksgiving episodes, he always had something to do there. Like the sandwich. I mean, that sandwich is gonna go down
But
in
I
history.
actually relate to that Thanksgiving sandwich story because I get obsessive with my own Thanksgiving sandwich.
What's your go-to Thanksgiving sandwich? Now I'm like, because it's got to be just like Ross's, right? I feel like that's the only option for Thanksgiving sandwiches.
Yep, it's everything.
No, and do you
in
remember
a
the
bun.
one where Chandler decides to run this game of write all the states in 5 minutes?
Oh my God, yes!
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
And Ross goes insane because he couldn't write all the states.
So that also impacted my life directly because my brother and I did that for years. We still occasionally will like bring that up in casual conversation, be like, "All right, write them, go."
I mean, and Joey coming up with 56 states.
In an absolutely classic Joey maneuver.
You know, and then
Ryan's
Phoebe,
so good
and
on
then
that
you have
show.
Phoebe on the other side, like, oh, I got bored, so I decided to name different types of celery. Oh, so how many types of celery do you have? I have one, regular celery.
So I have a weird fun fact. When the show came out, the Rembrandts, the singer, the band that played the theme song,
The ones
they
that will be there
toured.
for you.
Yeah. I actually went and saw them play at Pleasure Island, Disney, when it was
Man,
Pleasure Island.
Deep cuts.
Nice.
And the rest of their music is awful. But
I can
we
see that
had
happening.
to stay for the whole thing because that's what they finished with.
Of course, of course, that's a closer.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
sad would you have been if you didn't understand the concept of an encore and they finished, they got off the stage, and they didn't even play it?
And then left, and then you hear it while you're in the car.
I've heard that about there's the guitar. He's a guitar player. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
I feel like that's the
Okay.
case with a lot of sitcoms, though, is like they have just absolute slappers for theme songs, and then you listen to the rest of the artist's catalog, and you're like,
It's just bad.
lackluster.
bad.
No, it's true.
Or the rest of the lyrics to whatever the theme song is. And you're like, that's not on the show.
Yeah.
I mean, let's talk Big Bang Theory, the intro to Big Bang Theory. I freaking
Yeah,
love
but that's
it.
They Might Be Giants, and they are legends, so...
Yeah. They might. You can't talk.
Whole universe.
Two things. We really don't want to get off on a Big Bang Theory tangent because I have some thoughts and none of them are positive, and it's going to be 2 hours. And I'm sorry. Okay, we're cutting myself off.
Yep, no, we got about 20 minutes left of the
we're
show.
so doing a Big Bang
Two.
Theory episode just for Felo to give us some fun facts.
Yeah, you're gonna have one less listener on that one. But two, numero dos. You cannot talk smack on They Might Be Giants
At all.
at all.
Everything they make is amazing.
Yes.
Moving on.
Absolutely.
Okay, so now that we've gone through all of this, what character do you feel? Because that's another thing. You have 6 completely different personalities. What personality do you identify the most with, and why?
And SeriLovers, hit us up on Twitter and tell us what character you relate to.
So for me, like, I aspirationally wanted to be Chandler because, again, like Rich said, his timing and delivery was so perfect. And, like, growing up wanting to be a comedian and, you know, wanting to make people laugh, like, I was always my family's clown. And I think that's something that goes hand in hand with being the youngest one. Like, I always wanted to be like Chandler. Realistically speaking, the person that I most relate to as an adult is Joey. All I want to do is just kind of be left alone, eat my food, and I absolutely... It is untenable that someone takes
You're
fries
not a
from my
womanizer.
plate. No one can
Yeah,
take
and-
fries from my plate.
You're not a womanizer.
Yeah, I'm
Also
not a
has
woman.
that ignorance is bliss characteristic about
Yeah.
it, which you don't seem to have. You use a lot of big words.
Yeah, but like that works because I'm thinking about it now. I feel like there's pressure. I'm on.
Yeah, no, you're a total Ross.
Yeah, I'm.
You're a total
Oh
Ross.
God,
You come across as total Ross.
that's real
Yep.
bad. That's actually, and the worst part is that's my secret fear that I am a total Ross.
You're total Ross.
Just kidding, guys. I actually wanted to be a Phoebe.
Well, I mean, the character itself, the traits, you could, like, you don't have to. I don't have to relate to a guy character.
No, absolutely. Yeah,
Monica was more me. I could understand that.
I'm not trying to define gender norms here, guys. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you could use both bathrooms depending on which one you want to identify with that day.
I really wanted to just have a stinky cat. Smelly
She
cat,
didn't
smelly
even
cat.
have a cat. She didn't even have a cat.
No, she just sang about smelly cat.
Yeah, and she even had a video about it. So, Rich, what character?
Come on, that's easy.
Chandler, but
Yeah,
why?
it's completely. I just liked. He likes that he was. He liked that he was the funniest guy on the show. And that one episode where Monica got a new cook, and Chandler got jealous because Monica was laughing at his jokes.
Oh
he was
God,
really
that was
funny.
amazing.
I like that I bring humor to everybody's life every day.
And you know what?
And
the best
Chandler
part is?
genuinely loved that.
The humility with which it's done is just.
Yeah. That's completely me.
Jesus Christ. I want to ask you because the two
Where's
of you.
yours?
Yeah, I was going to say.
Before I say the one that I think, I want to ask you guys, what character do you guys think I'm most like?
Monica.
Phoebe.
Okay, I want
Hard
to know the
Monica.
why on the two of you. I want to know the why, and then I'm gonna give my answer because I'm loving this. Okay, so why Monica?
Actually, time out. So I would say let's do a 50-50 blend, Monica and
Gunther.
Rachel. I'm gonna.
What? Rachel?
I'm retracting. Yeah, well, because the whole fashion thing is like it's a big deal for LA. So like you know, that's
I think Gunther.
well, and you know that tracks with the whole thing about dreaming of going to coffee shops as like an
Oh, God.
American dream. So very.
And he
Gunther.
was on every episode.
He was in
that
every
guy.
episode.
He was on every. What a lucky break that guy got.
Okay, so back to.
But
Okay, so Monica. Why Monica?
Well, for those of you that don't know what LA, again, I don't know if we're LA has black hair, is about Monica's height, I feel like,
Oh,
maybe.
God.
I don't know. And like I don't know, it's just Monica. You look like Monica to me. Like you look like a Monica to me.
I
Like
wish.
your name could be.
I wish.
Could be.
Yeah, you could absolutely pass. In fact, it's
Like if you introduced yourself
As-
to people tomorrow as Monica, and you could play that off
Yeah.
for as long as you know that person now.
For sure.
Of course, sure.
for sure.
Rich, why Phoebe?
I think because of the lightheartedness that you have in your life, that you have this kind of bubbly, everything's kind of good. I like that's a great quality that you have, but it also is a little you get a little airheady at times.
No comment.
So the way that I say it, I was gonna say that my favorite character in the show is Monica, and I relate to her because I kind of am OCD on certain things, and I relate to her on that part, and also on I am overweight, so I've always wanted to lose weight, and the fact that she was and she lost it to me was always like, I wish I could lose all the weight.
You know, that
like
was
Monica.
a fat suit, right? That
I
wasn't
know,
really,
I know, but you know, like it was
old
something.
footage of her when she was younger.
And I feel
It
like
was something.
The OCD
It was like a deep thing that I have, whatever. But I also see myself like with some traits of Phoebe, on the order of sometimes I can be kind of airheady and whatever.
I feel like you do have some Ross to you in kind of the insecurity department. Like I feel like that's baked into every graphic designer because I feel like that's part of it too.
I think that every designer, every artist has that
imposter syndrome, kind of not sure
Yeah.
about yourself sort of thing going for him.
I'm not gonna lie, I am awesome. So
Yeah, no, Rich.
I really
Rich
don't
is
have
the
it.
And
exception.
again, I cannot reiterate
Rich,
it.
I swear to you, Rich is the exception to the rule.
I cannot reiterate this enough. Again, very humble about it as well. Just the humility factor on this
yeah.
guy. SeriLovers, I mean...
Just saying,
if-
I don't know what these guys are talking about, but
Like
pretty
Rich,
much everything I do is
Rich
amazing.
is always about to like go. I think that one of his days he's just not gonna answer me. But every time I design what's gonna go on our social media, I send it to him, and I'm like, I'm not sure about it. Do you like it? And he's like, yes.
Fucking amazing. That's like the best thing.
Shut
And
up.
she's like, I'm going to work on it for another 9 days.
Well, yeah, because... Again, if it's not pixel perfect, then clearly
No,
you're
they're
a fraud.
great. Everything
think
she's
that-
done is amazing.
And that is like my Monica side of it. Like I want everything to be perfect, and when it's not, my anxiety just goes out of the roof.
Oh, I feel
So-
like that's a definitely very Monica thing of you is the just baseline anxiety.
I love you,
Therapy
too, Felo.
on seriology.
Yeah. Now tell me, would you say that's from the id or the ego?
Well, not gonna lie, how many times have I called you in the middle of the night just telling you, oh my god, my anxiety is going insane?
Yeah, the middle of the night's being generous. Like Texas is, I don't know, like what the
Once again, everybody, therapy
Yeah,
on
exactly.
seriology. Do we have
Yeah.
a show? Are we going back to the
Yeah,
show?
remember how this was about friends?
Well, this is Friendsgiving.
Apparently, it's about LA's
This is
therapy
Friendsgiving.
session.
Yeah.
But I'm loving all. I swear to you, today I feel like a journalist asking all of these questions.
Well, we kind of are. It's our role
So-
to do that as entertainers and podcasters.
I feel again because of how heavy the cultural reference was from that came out of this show. Everybody has that one episode that they love over the others, like the pivot episode. To me personally, the pivot episode is whatever, but there's some people that love it. I mean, on our company, Rich, they tried to do a
Just
whole
today.
campaign out
Yeah.
of that freaking episode.
Out of Pivot?
Really? I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
it was for a Papa's tour, and it was
Nobody
gonna
knows
be
what that
all
is.
pivot. You know,
Nobody
this
knows
is just for.
This
Hey guys, do you enjoy this super hyper regional advertising we're doing here?
Yeah, let's not do that because
Yeah.
they're not paying us for advertising.
Yeah,
so,
hashtag ad.
Yeah, hashtag hit us up. Seriology looking for sponsors, right?
Actually, yeah, we're looking for sponsors. So, Felo, you can pay us and we'll advertise Good Omens.
Oh yeah. You already did. For me, I think the I don't like again the episodes that I watched when they went up live were really only the last 2 seasons. But I remember there's the one where Joey goes on the Pyramid Show, and I think it's
Oh
like
my god, that was
it's
good.
so freaking good. Like there's just the whole bit about, and I just relate to it so, like, it's literally one of my favorite episodes, just because he keeps saying, it rhymes with Shmoo Prince. I can't say that, what are you talking about? Like, it's just, it's such a good bit. And then with the mayonnaise, like, goes on a sandwich, says every single possible ingredient for a sandwich except mayonnaise. It's white, says everything that is white except for that. It's made with eggs, and then just jumps to chicken. It's so good. It's such a good episode. It's such a good bit in such a good episode.
Mine's still the Friends trivia one, the game show for the apartment.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, yes,
Yeah.
It's a very good one.
The trivia game for the
The one
apartment.
that the guys won.
Yep.
Yes.
And Monica almost had a panic attack.
Yeah.
Just even the yell she had after they lost. And just, I don't know, there was something like, what's Joey's favorite food? Sandwiches! It was just, everything hit on that episode for me.
Well, and it's also like an episode that rewarded being a fan of the show, because like they played into the tropes of the characters so well in that episode that like I feel like you get a little extra if you're a real big fan of the show. Which I mean, I enjoyed the episode alone. You know, so I'm sure Anna was just, that's her favorite episode. Anna, what's your favorite episode?
Wait, what? My favorite episode is when Chandler proposes to Monica.
Oh, you had to be mushy,
Yeah.
didn't you? Went right back to the moist moment.
But honestly, it was such a fun, to me it was such a fun episode because Chandler is trying his best to have this beautiful proposal, and every time he's about to propose, something happens.
The shark porn episode wasn't funnier?
I am gonna punch you, I swear. It's a personal thing. So Richard appears, and it's the whole, oh my god, what is going on? And Phoebe telling him, just be yourself, say how much you hate getting married. And it was all that back and forth to end up with Monica just, you know what, I love you. And that one. And the other one is, if you don't want me to have like a mushy episode, which I don't see it as mushy.
Let's move on.
But when Rachel and Phoebe find out that Monica and Chandler are together, like, they don't know that you know that we know that they know. That whole episode was amazing. And when it ends at Chandler cannot go with it because he loves Monica, and it's such a aww.
Well, okay, so I have a kind of a follow-up question to this. What's y'all's favorite Friends moment? Like individual bits, or like, I mean, obviously for moment romantically speaking, Anna is talking about, you know, that what we just talked about, but like, what's your favorite bit in the show?
God, I can't even remember a standout bit, like an individual one. There's
so many,
so many things that happen in that show.
I mean,
like that damn gap on every corner, and when Joey and Ross are wearing the exact same outfit, or even when Ross goes and gets girl clothes.
Oh God.
By accident, or the teeth whitening.
Oh, the teeth white. No, when he gets tan.
Yes,
when he gets
tan.
tan.
That is absolutely. I asked myself a leading question because I wanted to talk about this. I legitimately had trouble breathing when rewatching that episode because I forgot that it happened, and it's just he can't count Mississippi's. It's so freaking perfect. And he lifts his shirt once he gets back to the apartment, and it's just like an absolutely perfectly clear line.
Oh God, no! And again, like, they don't know that we know that you know that they know. That whole back and forth, and Joey in the middle, like, I couldn't even. When they tell him, do not tell them, I couldn't even if I tried, because they just kept like making it bigger and bigger. They don't know that we know that they know that we.
And what was the meat dessert that they had on one of the Thanksgiving episodes?
Trifle.
Oh, the trifle.
The trifle. Raspberries and ladyfingers, and then steak and pea.
Yeah, it's like, what? Meat?
Tastes like a foot!
Onions and onions.
And the Thanksgiving pants. Yeah. Come on, there's just so much that they did on that show.
The turkey on the head.
That was so clever and fun. And then the turkey on the head with the glasses.
Yep. Wait, and when Chandler wants to use the wedding plate and he breaks them, and he's just like, Monica, baby, yeah, you were right. We should only wear this if the Queen of England comes here. Oh God. I don't know. It's those moments. I mean, so my hair is very puffy, and on the episode when they go to the Bahamas, I think.
So good with the Monica's big puffy hair.
Monica's head playing ping pong. It was. That. I identified with that so bad, and then when she gets the braids, and she's just like, Chandler, and Chandler is like, I hate this.
Which absolutely, like, that is such a white girl thing to do. Is I went to the Bahamas on a cruise, braids, baby, cornrows.
Yes.
And then she gets her braids like tangled on the shower. Oh God, no.
All right, guys, we're coming to a close of the show. Any just last thoughts, wrap up, any kind of last thing?
Taglines. Everybody has one tagline that you love the most.
I didn't like it when it was on the show, but now I use it all the time just as a joke, and it's the "How you doing?" by Joey. All the time.
How you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
Felo?
Well, like I said, I legitimately, and this is probably why I'm still single, is I have taken to calling people that I have a romantic interest in my lobster. So that's probably number one. But I feel like after this most recent rewatch, I used to do the "can I be" anymore, just like, constantly. Like, it's not great, guys. It's very mean-spirited and super sarcastic. And like, if you power watch 10 years worth of Chandler being sarcastic, it kind of comes off as an asshole.
My favorite tagline is the Monica, I know.
Oh, I use that a lot too. A friend of mine pointed that out and sent me a gif of that today.
What?
That I say that all the time.
I love that. I know. It's just.
I know.
Yeah, talking like what, 8 years of friendship now, Anna? Like, yeah, you do that a lot.
No, and that right now talking about that, because we were on a break, just came to my head. The episode where Rachel is playing with Ross's son, and the way that she tells him, I used to date your daddy, and he's like, oh yeah, but you guys were on a break.
I wish they would just have quit that joke. They played it off too long.
The break, yeah.
It became unfunny and just awkward.
Yep.
But
right, take the which friends are you quiz?
Yeah, so SeriLovers, of course, me and my new obsession with BuzzFeed. Let's do we have a little quiz here. So Felo, Rich, let's all open
Let's see what
quiz.
Girl Rich is going to be in this show.
So
I have noticed the trend, Rich.
Yep.
Which Friends character are you? So let's start. So ready? Pick a color. So we have red, black, blue, purple, yellow, orange, green, pink, and gray.
Orange, yeah.
Pink. Pick a movie. So we have Jurassic Park 1, Jurassic Park 2, Wet Hot American Summer, My Best Friend's Wedding, Ratatouille, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, Love Actually, The Goonies, and The Godfather.
I already know what Anna's picking. I'm going with Goonies.
Wet Hot American Summer.
Come on, Anna. Just go ahead and click Love Actually.
Yeah, and honestly, it's... I hate you. Okay, so pick a season.
Nothing is not consistent.
Yeah, I hate you. Pick a season. Winter, spring, summer, fall.
Fall.
I'm going to go summer.
Pick a song. You've Got a Friend in Me by Randy Newman. Just a Friend by Biz Markie. We're Going to Be Friends by the White Stripes. Can Be Friends by Trey Songz. My Best Friend by Tim McGraw. With a Little Help from My Friend by Joe Cocker. You're My Best Friend by Queen. My Best Friend's Girl by The Cars. And With a Little Help from My Friends, the Beatles version.
The who?
Wow, that's a...
The who did you say? The Beatles?
Beatles.
It's a cover band for the
I
Beatles.
hate you guys. There's always the one word that you guys have to make fun of.
Very popular cover band for the Beatles.
The universally acclaimed
A lot of
word.
cruise ships.
Sorry, we're going to be friends by the White Stripes for me on that one.
With a little help from my friends, Beatles. Okay, on a Friday night, you can be found on a date. Oh, that's what Felo's put in. Wondering what your ex is doing. Working, hanging with your kids, drinking with friends at a party, sleeping, dancing at a club, making dinner and watching a movie at home, playing board games.
I'm going to go with making dinner and watching a movie.
Sleeping.
I hate my answer because my answer is legitimately working. I tend bars, so it's probably working. So I'm going to go aspirational, playing board games.
Sleeping. Pick a power. Invisibility, time travel, the ability to magically write hit songs, super strength, the ability to fly, teleportation, the ability to read minds, the ability to breathe underwater, or night vision.
Underwater.
I want to fly.
I'm between flying and I'm gonna go in time travel.
You really want to go back?
Yeah, I was about
I
to
want
say,
to go
man.
back.
Yeah.
I wanna
God,
go
If
to
anything,
the
I'd want to go
faster back there.
forward.
I want to go to the 60s. Actually, let me tell you something. The ability to magically write hit songs, that's awesome because then you're rich.
Well, that is a money-making endeavor right there.
Yeah. Pick a bird. A crow, a peacock, a chicken, a dog, big bird, a turkey, a parrot, a penguin, or an eagle.
I'm going with a peacock because I'm fabulous.
Right? I'm between the peacock and the parrot. You know what? I'm gonna represent Venezuela Margarita here, and I'm gonna go with a parrot.
I was about to say, Anna, there's really only one answer for Venezuelans here, and it's definitely a parrot.
Oh, wow. Everything we covered last episode.
Pick
Well,
a
for this next
fantasy
question.
series. Pick a fantasy series. So Harry Potter, The Lord of the Rings, Twilight, Game of Thrones, The Hunger Games, or Star Wars.
I'm about to pass serious judgments on everybody that doesn't pick the same one that I picked. Now you both go. No pressure.
I know that you pick Star Wars.
No, what? Jesus. Lord of the Rings, man.
I'm gonna go with Harry Potter.
Wow, over Game of Thrones.
Yeah. I grew up with Harry Potter. I love Game of Thrones, but I grew up with Harry Potter.
I'm going Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Rich is on the right side of history on this one.
I know that.
You would rather date Don Draper, Olivia Pope, Liz Lemon, Jesse Pinkman, Carrie Bradshaw, Tom Haverford, SpongeBob SquarePants, Daenerys Targaryen, or Rachel?
SpongeBob would be so fun to date.
Don Draper.
I'm gonna say Liz Lemon, yeah, but realistically speaking, Tom Haverford has to be a cool hang for sure, and Don Draper's sheer animal magnetism is like tough to.
He's too sexual for me, Don Draper. I would.
Yeah, I'd feel
bad
intimidated. I'm gonna go Liz
that
Lemon.
he have
man.
to sleep with me.
Liz Lemon is the female version of Tom Haverford in my universe that I'm building here, so I'm gonna go Liz Lemon.
On New Year's Eve, you will be sleeping, watching fireworks, at a small gathering with your closest friends, at a large, fancy, expensive event, watching the ball drop at home, partying in Times Square, dancing at a huge party full of people you don't know, no plans, just going with the flow, or drinking.
Small gathering with closest friends.
And a small gathering with my family?
Yeah, I was about to say,
Same
like,
thing.
this is very not Latino oriented because there's
Yeah,
only one option.
Latino
Closest
oriented,
friends,
you
I
spend
guess.
it with your family.
Closest friends.
Yeah.
God, how many
Pick a
questions are
TV
there?
show.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, and there's a billion options in each one.
Girls,
BuzzFeed,
Glee,
get your shit together.
Breaking Bad, Homeland, How I Met Your Mother, Grey's Anatomy, Law and Order, SVU, The Sopranos, or House.
Breaking Bad.
Breaking
How I
Bad,
Met Your Mother.
and I resent
Oh my
that The
goodness.
Wire is not part of this.
Wait a second, who did you guys get?
Well, one, it's not a girl.
Yeah!
For the first time, but I am Gunther, and the only description it says is you're a little bit of a creep. So I don't know what the trade-off is.
I'm sorry. I was drinking water when you said that. It just went all down the wrong pipes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
That
listeners,
is
for
so
just
accurate.
blasting.
That is so accurate. You are
My
a creep.
first boy character, and I'm a creep. And SeriLovers, I'm the one that picked this quiz this week.
Felo?
So I feel like, could I be any more Chandler?
Lies! You got Chandler?
Yes.
What is the description? What is the description?
Well done. You're a funny one with a heart of gold. You know it, baby. No one really knows what you do for work, which is also very incredibly accurate for me. And but you can rock the mysteriousness, which I don't even know what that means. BuzzFeed writers, get a grip, man. What is happening here?
Figure out your algorithm.
Yeah.
These are terrible.
You guys are gonna love what I got.
Smelly cat?
No. I got Emma.
Ooh.
Emma, the baby, Ross and Rachel's daughter.
What the
Emma. And
She
wait
was
a
even a
second.
character.
Yeah, like,
Wait a second. There's a description. There are 4 words.
you
The
breathe and are
description is
there.
4 words.
Yeah.
You are a child.
Wow. Worst BuzzFeed quiz ever.
I am a child. I'm loving this though.
Oh boy. Okay, so if we've learned anything today, what are the take-home, walk-away learned froms? BuzzFeed, get your shit together is what I've learned today.
Wait a second.
Last
So
BuzzFeed
Felo
quiz
got what
ever.
he wanted. Rich is a creep, and I am
Wow.
a child.
That's right, folks. The only well-adjusted person on this podcast is also the humblest one and the one with smooth and sexy voices made of gold. We're coming to you live from 91.5.
Oh my god. And well, as
Guys,
a,
thank you for
wait
hanging
a
out.
second, wait a second before we leave. As a fun fact, this is not a fun fact by Felo, but a fun fact by LA. It has been all over the news. So if you haven't heard, there's a Friends reunion special. It's just gonna be a special. It's not a continuation. It's just gonna be a special. It's in the works for HBO Max, which I think it's pretty smart of them to get on the streaming wars.
I mean, I suppose if that's going to be their unique content, man, they're up against, like, The Mandalorian and shit. So
Yeah.
they got to up their game a bit.
HBO Max is gonna have all of CW, all of HBO, so it's gonna have all the original shows from HBO. It's gonna have a Game of Thrones.
HBO has all the original shows from HBO.
I know, but with this one, you're also gonna have Warner Brothers stuff.
Yeah, none of that was any good anyways. But okay. Like, what CW show do you guys watch?
Well, SeriLovers, because we've been talking so much about Friends, there won't be your favorite segment of the show. There won't be a convincing minute. But hang tight, and our next episode, there will be one. Or, Rich, do you want to do one so Felo can...
No, I'm good. I'm good. I think I can't top last week, so...
I hate you.
I needed like a breather of 1 week
I hate you.
to figure out how to top last week.
I hate you. Felo, did you listen to last week's episode?
So I'm like 40 minutes into it, and I haven't gotten to a segment yet, so we'll find out.
Oh, God.
I was literally
You'll
listening to it before we started recording.
You'll
so.
understand why...
Based on the answer you gave to that quiz, you will be on my side 100%.
Okay.
Yeah, you will.
For the convincing
You're
part.
gonna be on Rich's side. For sure you will. But I hate you, Rich.
I feel like I could have
love you,
like
but I hate
70. This is. We've already established this, and I'm hijacking the show, guys. Congratulations, welcome to Felo's BoJack Horseman. No, I'm kidding.
Have a good night, everybody.
Yeah. Guys, I'm so happy you had me on the show. I really
Yes,
enjoyed
thank you
this.
so much. It was a good show.
Fellow,
Thank you
I'd
for
love for you to be part of
participating.
it again. I'd love to have you back.
Well, you just got to
I
start
don't
watching
think-
more quality television, and
I don't think it's gonna be for a BoJack episode.
Listen, we got
because-
The Office, we got the new Watchmen show, we got The Wire. There's Breaking Bad. Like, there's a trillion shows we could do with
Watchmen. We will do a Watchmen episode. So yeah, we're definitely bringing you in for that.
I'm in there like swimwear for that one.
I love that. But SeriLovers, thank you for having us another week. For listening to us, for having us in
to
your
listen to our
house.
bullshit rhetoric
In your ear.
another week.
Remember to please please help us keep growing. Our content keeps getting better, but with your help, it will be much, much better by just subscribing to any of your podcast libraries, commenting. This helps us. You have no idea how much. So
and
please
subscribe.
help us there. And if you want
sound
to
like a
follow us,
charity telethon right now.
You got to follow
I am.
the.
Whatever money you could bring, a quarter, a penny, we don't care. These dogs, they need these homes.
Hi, welcome to.
We've got people on the phone right behind me taking your calls.
You gotta do it NPR style, just real close to the microphone. Hi, welcome to NPR's annual fundraising drive. This is my vocal fry hour.
We're taking your tweets.
Oh my
we're
God.
taking your tweets.
oh my God, wait a second. It's Friendsgiving. And
Whatever
we totally... Rich.
tweets you could give us.
Rich, it's
What?
Friendsgiving, and we totally
Forgot to give thanks to something.
So, guys, of course you're gonna edit all this, right?
Yeah,
Probably.
Good luck, bud.
There's some funny bits in there, though.
Okay, so, guys, because this is the last week of Thanksgiving, and these are gonna be the last leaves going up on our Given 3. Felo, what are you thankful for?
I'm thankful for Thomas Edison for inventing recorded audio. I'm thankful to my friend L.A. for being there for me. And I'm thankful for Rich for putting this together with L.A. because I've seriously really enjoyed Seriology. It's been a fun ride, and I'm hoping to be part of it moving forward and
believe
keep
me,
listening
you will.
to it. And I'm thankful for
Believe me,
BoJack
you
Horseman.
Thankful this show's over, so he doesn't bring that up again.
We still got a half season going, baby.
Rich,
L.A., what are you thankful for?
I am gonna go a little deep here,
Deep cuts.
but I am thankful for all the awareness that is going on nowadays regarding mental health. I am very, very thankful for it because for people like me who suffers from it, it has started to become less of a oh my God, I forgot the word.
Stigma?
Of a stigma. It's more, it's not as bad seen as before, and I am very thankful for that.
I'm going to go very shallow. Like, how do I follow
I'm
that?
thankful for how good I am.
I'm
at
thankful for
recording.
music. Like, music exists, and it cheers up my life every day.
Oh, that is not shallow.
Seems a lot shallow compared to what you just said.
I mean,
Oh,
I'm
God.
just thankful for artists like the Beatles and
Yeah, and the beat. Oh, yes, and
the Rolling Stones.
Seriology. SeriLovers, tell us what your favorite Beatles song is.
I hate you guys so much. But anywho, SeriLovers, again, please, you can find us on any of your podcast libraries. Please subscribe. Please leave us a comment. We love reading your comments. And on top of that, if you want to find us on social media, we're on Twitter and on Instagram. On Twitter at SeriologyTV and Instagram at SeriologyTV_podcast. So
Yeah, let us know what your Thanksgiving plans are.
yeah, let's have some fun there. And well, until then, SeriLovers, we love you
Happy
so
Thanksgiving.
much. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, y'all.
Well, that's all for now, folks. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Seriology. Don't forget to give us a like on Twitter at SeriologyTV. Send us a message about what shows you think should be on our bucket list, or if you just want to leave a comment about how awesome we are. See you next week, SeriLovers. And remember, wherever you are, you'll always be in our TV hearts.